Hi, YouTube friends. This is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Monday, June. What is the date today? June 24th at approximately 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm coming to you today with kind of a brand new little installment for my YouTube channel. I am kind of starting my journey into speed jigsaw puzzling contests. So this is my Bugs Puzzled section of my YouTube channel. This is brand new. Bug is my nickname. I got my nickname when I was little, when I was learning to crawl, because I used to crawl on my back like an inchworm. And my family nicknamed me Bug, or Bugga-Wugga-Ruger, but Bug for short. So in 2005, when I started my roller derby skating adventure, since I grew up always being called Bug, I wanted something that everybody would call me that I would respond to just immediately. So my roller derby skate name was Lightning Bug. And so all the people in the league just call me Bug. So I have been used to answering to that all my life. And so that's it. So this installment, I may change it later. This installment of my YouTube channel is going to be called Bugs Puzzled, because I am coming to you with a bunch of preparation tips, training, experiences, and everything into my foray into speed jigsaw puzzling. So this will be kind of fun. So a little bit kind of about my background. I've done jigsaw puzzles most of my life, not very fast and not very often, and sometimes years go by before I'd even put a puzzle together. But my grandma was an avid jigsaw puzzler. So I used to sit and jigsaw puzzle with my grandma when I was growing up. Various family members and various friends and stuff have jigsaw puzzled. I've always liked jigsaw puzzling. It's kind of fun and kind of relaxing to a degree and everything like that. So last year, my husband, so a little bit before, let me go into a better segue. Here in Columbus, Ohio, every year in June, there is an international board game convention known as Origins Game Fair. Now, if you're into board games at all and you've heard of Gen Con, Gen Con happens in Indianapolis, I think in July or August. And Gen Con tends to be about 60,000 people. There's a lot of people that attend Gen Con. Origins is quite a bit smaller. There's only about 15 to 20,000 people that attend Origins. But Origins happened this past weekend, so it started on Wednesday night and went until Sunday, yesterday. And my husband and I have been attending Origins Game Fair ever since it first came to Columbus about 20-some years ago. And the Origins Game Fair has evolved over the years, and last year was the first year that they had speed jigsaw puzzling. And the jigsaw puzzle event was hosted and sponsored, that's the word I'm looking for, hosted and sponsored by Ravensburger, which is a very well-known jigsaw puzzle company. And I was going to try the solo speed puzzling contest last year, but I didn't. A friend of mine was wanting to get into the pairs speed puzzle competition, and unfortunately my husband and I had already signed up. So with these puzzle competitions, basically, if you solo or pair or team, which is usually four team members, the team, solo or pair, get to keep the puzzle that you puzzle during your competition. And I wasn't sure. I kind of wanted to share the puzzle last year with my friend, because I think she probably would have wanted the puzzle too. Now, what I probably would have done was just made an agreement with her. If she wanted to keep the puzzle, she would have to pay for my ticket to get into the solo competition. That way she's paying basically for the puzzle, or for my share of the puzzle. But we didn't do that. Instead, my husband and I joined just to see what the competition was about, and it was a lot of fun. And I've been kind of thinking about getting into it a little bit more this year. And I was really happy when Origins Game Fair announced that the Tournament of Pieces would be coming back to Origins this year. This is what they're calling the speed puzzling competition for this year's Origins Game Fair. And I was really excited. So my husband and I made a plan. We were going to do the pairs competition, and then I was going to attempt to do the solo competition. So anyway, in that time frame, I've been kind of, picking up puzzles. I have Karen Puzzles. She is a YouTuber here, a very well-known speed jigsaw puzzler across the country and probably across the world. She has a YouTube channel, and she talks about the puzzles that she collects and her journeys into speed puzzling and preparing for her tournaments and this, that, and the other thing. So she's a very well-known and very well-followed YouTuber. She has worked with Ravensburger to produce 3 puzzles. I have 2 of her 3 puzzles, and I will be hopefully doing kind of a video time-lapse, so to speak, of my putting together her puzzles sometime in the future. That's one of my hopes for this. But anyway, so I was thinking last night and some into today about possibly starting another YouTube channel called Bugs Puzzled. Puzzled. So, and my nickname being Bug. It's going to be Bugs, Bug', Bugs Puzzled. So this is, my husband kind of said, I really don't think you need to do a whole separate YouTube channel for it. Just do an installment on your current channel. So that's what I'm doing. I am calling these jigsaw puzzling related episodes, I guess you would call them, Bugs Puzzled. So if you see those titles on my YouTube channel, just know that the Bugs Puzzled installments will be about jigsaw puzzling and probably stash and everything like that. So a little bit of story behind this weekend. So Friday, I volunteer for the Columbus Area Board Game Society and Buckeye Game Fest Boardroom Library at Origins Game Fair every year, because I volunteer for 9 hours, 3 shifts, 3 3-hour shifts over 3 days, and I get my badge into the convention for free. So it's about a $90 badge that I'm getting for free. $30 an hour, $10 an hour. It's not exactly, good hourly wage, but it gets me in free for the entire weekend. And I'm only giving up 9 hours of my time for the whole entire convention. So anyway, I signed up for my boardroom shift on Friday because of the event. The solo puzzling event was originally scheduled several weeks back at about 10 a.m. on Friday morning. So I figured, oh good, 10 a.m. It goes until noon. It's about 2 hours long. I'll have time to go get lunch, maybe wander the dealer's room for a little bit, and then hit my shift in the boardroom about 2:30. So my husband and I get to Origins on Wednesday, and come to find out, they don't have very many tickets left for the event. We didn't sign up ahead of time. So we went ahead and signed up for the pairs event, and I signed up for the solo puzzling event. Only to find out that the solo puzzling event on Friday was slated to start at 2. I had my boardroom shift at 2:30. So Wednesday I put out a chat message on our volunteer group, and I said, hey, is anybody working Friday night willing to switch shifts so I could maybe start my shift sometime after 4:30? I would be willing to switch with somebody if they wanted to switch around shifts. And I didn't really get a taker Thursday, didn't really get a taker the rest of Wednesday night. So I had planned on starting the solo puzzle contest at about 2:00 and, kind of packing up my stuff about 2:20 or so to head over to start my 2:30 boardroom shift. So anyway, we were sitting there. And finally about 2:10, the organizer, or the main event MC, came on the little speaker system that they had for the event, and said that he's going to be doing some announcements and everything, and they're planning on starting the timer at about 2:30. Great. So anyway, I had paid for my ticket. I was sitting there. I had my little card, which I don't have with me right now, but because I think I turned it in. It had my name on it, and it said, Jigsaw Tournament, Origins 2024 Tournament of Pieces adult solo competition, and it had my name, and it had a space for the for the time that I completed it, and everything like that. So anyway, I let one of the organizers know that I was gonna have to leave at 2:30, and I said, "Is it okay if I just get my puzzle and kind of pack up and head out?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I promise I won't interrupt anybody's puzzling or whatnot." And so we had half a table. The tables had blue painter's tape across the white table covering that was on them. And we had half a table. We have to keep our puzzle on that half of the table. Otherwise, we could get penalized or we could get disqualified. So anyway, it was basically half a table. And I would say it was probably maybe a 2x4 foot section or a 2x3 foot section, something like that. Maybe it was 2.5 by 3. I don't know. Anyway, it was a small little section of table. It was basically half the table. And so the company this year that sponsored the puzzle tournaments was Boardwalk. And I had never heard of Boardwalk puzzles. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this. This is an example of a Boardwalk puzzle. And the interesting thing is, so the puzzles come sleeved, so you have the outside sleeve, and they come in these nice thick boxes that are, I believe they're magnetized. Yes, they're magnetized. So they open this way. You open them up this way so you can see. The boxes are really nice. So all the puzzles come in a bag. The neat thing is that each puzzle comes with a poster of the picture on the front that is lots bigger that you can use. And also there is an additional baggie, a Ziploc baggie. This is not the baggie that this puzzle came in. We'll talk to you a little bit more about this puzzle in a bit. But the baggies come in a factory sealed bag, and then you can dump all the pieces out. And then you have a separate baggie, Ziploc baggie, big Ziploc baggie that you can put your completed puzzles in, or the puzzle pieces in. And then you just kind of slide them back into their puzzles. And all the 500-piece puzzles are in this size box. You can see we picked up a couple because I'd never seen them. This is another one that we picked up at the convention. So I have a total of 4 puzzles from them. But anyway, for the competition, they put these puzzles in this gray bag. Now, this is my solo speed puzzle competition puzzle. Okay? I haven't seen this puzzle yet. I walked out before they started the timer so I wouldn't get a sneak peek at the puzzle, because I am going to be filming and timing my own actual completion of this puzzle as if I was at the speed puzzle competition. So this was the solo puzzle. As you can see, it comes in a nice gray bag. So during these most speed puzzling competitions, they do this with all the puzzles. So nobody gets a head start of what puzzle your team or yourself is going to be doing during the competition. And you're not allowed to even sneak peek this during the event, because I think you could get disqualified if they see you opening the bag. But the bags come usually with a drawstring closure like this. And so basically what happens is during the event, they make the announcement, and then they do whatever kind of trivia, whatever kind of, Q&A things go on initially. And then they indicate about what time they're going to be starting the timer. So when they get all through the announcements and everything, he says, "All right, we're getting ready to start. This is not the start. Don't start. But we are getting ready to start. Okay, everybody." And then they do a countdown. And he goes usually 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. The minute that he says start, you can undo the bag. You can take your puzzle out. You usually have to take the shrink wrap off the box. You have to open the box. You have to get the bag of puzzle pieces out. You have to open the bag. You have to dump all the puzzle pieces out onto your designated puzzling area, and then you can start your puzzle. Sometimes little puzzle pieces get left in the bags. Most people just toss the boxes and the bags on the floor. So anyway, throughout the whole, and then you start. So the solo competition was supposed to be an hour and a half long. Initially, the description in the guidebook for Origins Game Fair said it was 2 hours long, but they were giving everybody 90 minutes to work on the puzzle. Then when 90 minutes expires, they say stop. Everybody stops, and then if you haven't finished your puzzle before 90 minutes is up, they come around and they count however many puzzle pieces, single puzzle pieces that are not attached to anything else, are left in your puzzle. So one goal that you might have for this competition, if you enter something like this where they stop you and not let you continue, is just start putting puzzle pieces together. Even if, basically, even if you don't finish in the time allotted, as long as every single piece is connected to one other piece, for a competition like this, you'll have 0 pieces not put together. So, technically you could kind of say that you finished, even though you didn't finish the puzzle. But anyway, so on Friday, I picked my puzzle, put it in my bag, stood up, wished the person next to me good luck, and quietly walked out of the puzzling area with my puzzle. So I am going to be attempting this puzzle today. And that is my goal. Since I have today off, I'm going to be attempting this puzzle today. I am not going to stop myself at an hour and a half, though. I am just going to puzzle until it's done and see how long it happens to take me. I haven't seen this puzzle. I know there's a couple of people that have probably posted videos online about the solo puzzle. I ran across one of them on a Facebook page, and I really quickly realized what it was, didn't look at the picture, and went somewhere else really quick because I didn't want to be surprised by the picture. I'm going to be just as surprised as everybody else was on Friday when I do this. So anyway, this is kind of why I'm starting this little additional. Oh, that's something on the wall. That's funny. So this little thing right here on the wall, I keep thinking that's something on my tablet and keep wanting to try and move it off, but it's not. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing this as a timed puzzle building thing later on today. So Saturday was the pairs puzzle competition. And my husband and I signed up because we'd signed up last year, had a lot of fun. We didn't do very good last year. I think we had a 2-hour time limit last year, and I think we finished in like 2 hours and 15 minutes, something like that. We didn't qualify. We didn't even, technically we were posted as it did not finish, but it only took us about 15 extra minutes to finish the puzzle, and we definitely weren't last. I think there were 43 some pairs last year. We finished 34th. So I think we did pretty good. But anyway, this year we signed up again. And I just showed you, this was the pairs competition puzzle that my husband and I did. My husband isn't exactly a puzzler. It's not necessarily his thing, but he's doing it mainly for me. Kind of to support me and to be my pair, so I don't have to fight with my partner who gets to keep the puzzle that we get, because we get to keep these puzzles. So anyway, this was the puzzle we got, and it did come in a nice gray bag just like this. So Saturday, the event started about 10:30 after they made the announcements and whatnot. We had an hour and a half to complete it. And so we went like gangbusters. Or at least I went like gangbusters on this. I'm kind of just trying to see how fast we can do it. I opened the box. I took everything out. I opened up the bag just because I'd done it before. And dumped all the pieces out. And we started flipping and sorting. So my husband was trying to sort get some of the pieces flipped over and sort out all the border pieces. I was kind of doing the same thing until I looked at the border pieces and I realized this border is all real easy to pick out. So I put this entire border together for the sky. And then I was like, oh, that's the only area where purple, oranges, and pinks and creams are in this puzzle. So I started picking out all those pieces. In 15 minutes, I had this entire sky area here filled in. I had that all put together. You will see pictures of our finish, where we ended up. We were about 210 pieces. We were a little over halfway of the 500-piece puzzle. We were about 210 pieces left when time called. So we got about halfway through in an hour and a half, which I think is pretty good. You know, my husband's not super fast at it. I put the majority of the puzzle together. But anyway, so I started off with the top. And then my husband had started working on the flags because those were easy colors to do. I started working on the borders, the side borders, and finally got all the border together amongst working in this area. Got this area in and started pulling all his flag pieces into the puzzle to work. So we didn't get this whole section filled in yet. And I didn't even start at all on this section. We didn't have any of Mount Rushmore done, but we had some of the area down here and the flags and stuff done. All of the sky was done. So that was a lot of fun. We had a blast. So this was our pairs speed puzzling competition piece for Saturday. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we're probably going to sign up every year, hopefully. So I have been kind of sort of wanting to get into speed puzzling for basically since last year. And I am probably definitely going to be doing it. So the company that ran it is speedpuzzling.com. It's all one word. speedpuzzling.com. They are the ones that were organizing the event. Boardwalk Puzzles was the sponsor of the event and the provider of the puzzles and the prizes and some of the other things. So I believe the top 3 finishers in each event get their, it's either the top finisher or the top 3 finishers of each event, the solo, the pairs, and the team competition. The team is 4 people. Get their paid admission to the U.S. Nationals, I believe in 2025. So that was kind of exciting, you know, for whoever won the different events to get to go to nationals paid. So anyway, we didn't finish. An hour and a half time was called, and we put our hands up and we started counting our pieces. We were about 210 pieces that didn't get put together. But I will input a picture of our finish here. Anyway, so that is kind of how our most recent foray into speed puzzling went. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm going to be training now for other speed puzzling things. And it might only be for the once a year Origins thing. I don't know yet. But speedpuzzling.com has a sign up where you can pay a monthly fee, or now they have a prorated fee for the rest of the year, but you can pay a monthly fee to get, I forget, I think they call it the groupies, but you can get onto their list of people to do their monthly Zoom speed puzzle events. And basically what happens is, you know, for your membership, you get sent the puzzle and you get sent the Zoom invite for the Zoom meetup that they do. And basically it's a competition. It's an online competition through Zoom. You put the puzzle, you know, you're not allowed to open you're not supposed to open the puzzles before the Zoom competition starts. So you just hop on the Zoom on the day that they've selected for the puzzle that month, and you go. I think it'll be a lot of fun to kind of try that. So I'm going to be looking a little bit more this week into signing up for that and doing some more of that. So you may actually see me posting some of my videos and some of my links about speed puzzling. So I am going to be in training. So the other two puzzles that we picked up from Boardwalk this trip was this one. My husband and I thought this would be a neat pairs puzzle to try and do timed, because there's a lot, the letters should be pretty easy to put together. The sky, the building, the pink trees, the green trees, the orange tree, the boat, the water. We think this would be a really neat pairs speed puzzling thing. And then the other one, sorry about that. The other one that we picked up was this one. This is called Christmas in the Antlers. I thought this was really funny. They had this in a like a 200 or 300 piece puzzle as well, a really tiny puzzle. But I figured if I was going to get another 500 piece puzzle, it was going to be this one. So I'm going to be probably speed timing myself on some of these puzzles to go forward. So anyway, that is just my introduction to this video installment that you're going to see. Again, I'm going to be calling these videos Bugs Puzzled because my nickname is Bug. And yeah, so you're going to be able to kind of get a little insight into another hobby that I am starting. And hopefully it'll be kind of fun. I am also in the process of getting together different YouTube channels that I'm going to be watching for speed puzzling. There's a couple that I definitely watch already. One of them is Karen Puzzles. I've been following her for well over a year. And she is why I signed up for the Tournament of Pieces challenge last year, because they had some of her puzzles with Ravensburger there at Origins Game Fair. And there's some other puzzles like I think Sarah Puzzles as well. And there's a new lady, or a new to me lady, called the Puzzling Canadian that I've kind of started watching this morning. She has tips. She said that she goes to events not because she's competitive, but because she just wants to improve her puzzling skills and stuff. So she's been going to events and she's been posting tip videos on how she trains and different focuses and stuff that she does when she trains for different things and how to improve some of the aspects of her puzzling adventure. So I'm going to be following her. I'm going to be creating a notebook of mine with tips and YouTubers and different things, and also keeping a logbook of what puzzle I do, what day I do, what time I started, what time I finished, and like how many pieces of the puzzle it is and what the puzzle size is going to be. And hopefully I'll be keeping a log of all that, just so I can kind of see my progress and see how well I can do and how much I can increase my time. I don't have any aspirations of ever winning a competition, but it might be kind of fun to start going to competitions, where I can compete with the likes of Karen Puzzles and some of the other well-known speed puzzlers that are out there. So hopefully you'll enjoy this journey with me. And this will be something interesting because it's a new thing for me, a new hobby. I have plenty of hobbies, and but also this is my craft room. I normally don't film in my craft room, but it's kind of one of the quietest places in the house. My husband and I have today off, and we live here in Columbus, Ohio with my mom. So this is the room that I can kind of close the cats out of, and also is the quietest for me to film. And also kind of has the best light. I don't have any lights on in this room right now, which is why when I move, the lights tend to go in and out because it's just based on the sunlight. And we have two windows. We have the window behind me and this window to the side, because I'm in the front right corner of my house. That's the front yard that way. It's our neighbor's house that way. Anyway, so hopefully you'll find this video interesting, and hopefully it won't be too late, but I will be speeding up the video of my speed puzzle timing for the individual puzzle. And because I'm going to be doing that on my kitchen table, and my mom is watching TV in the sunroom, so she'll have the TV playing. So I will have to fast forward and talk over the video, so you won't hear the original video. I might actually have to pause it as well for eating dinner, for dealing with cats. My cats are going to be roaming free, so the cats may be coming up into the video. And yeah, so this is just my introduction to my newest installment of my YouTube video. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. And hopefully we'll all have fun on my wonderful new speed puzzling journey. So yeah, I hope you'll follow me. That would be really great. So anyway, I hope you enjoy my my newest episode and my chance at finishing my solo tournament of pieces puzzle. So take care and we'll see you soon. Bye. Hi everybody. This is my video where I am going to attempt to speed puzzle the solo competition puzzle from the Origins Game Fair Tournament of Pieces solo event that happened on Friday. I was not able to participate, but I did get the puzzle. So you're going to see me actually start the timer. I have the timer down here. This is my mom's phone. I have my headphones on. I'm going to be listening to a puzzle with me by the Casual Puzzler on Facebook, on YouTube rather, and I'm going to be attempting to start this video out. So you're going to see me puzzle as long as it's going to take me to finish. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and try and do this. So I am going to stand up initially because I think it'd be easier. I'm sorry if my camera falls. I've got it precariously balanced on a stack of games. And anyway, we're about a minute in. So this is my attempt at the solo speed puzzling competition puzzle from Origins Game Fair on Friday. This is hosted by speedpuzzling.com and the Boardwalk Puzzle Company. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and do this. Let me start my YouTube video up and we'll get started. All right. 3, 2. Okay, so I'm actually going to go get my husband to help me do this because I think it's going to be a little easier with somebody to press the start button for me. So, yeah. All right, let me go get my husband just a minute. All right, my husband's here. He's going to give me the start when I'm ready to go. All I need you to do is press right there.
Okay.
But wait for a minute. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
So this is a video by Boardwalk Puzzle Company. This is called Maui Road to Hana, or Road to Hana. This is a 500-piece puzzle. It is a... doesn't give me the description. I'm looking at the website right now, but the it doesn't give me the dimensions of the project, but this puzzle is actually taller than it is wider. So it is called Maui Road to Hana, and you can find this on the boardwalkpuzzles.com website. It retails for $24.99. So when I first opened the puzzle, I am sitting here kind of flipping and sorting, trying to pull out a majority of the edge pieces. I didn't really take a good look at the puzzle picture. Just I knew that it was a landscape with letters at the top. So I wasn't trying to pull anything out here. I was just trying to flip a lot of the puzzle pieces and get the edge pieces. You'll see the time in the lower right corner. I was using my mom's cell phone and a kind of a stopwatch type app, and her phone just kept going dark, basically going to sleep, even though the timer kept running. So my goal was to just try and get the edge pieces pulled out. I wasn't really sorting by color or anything like that. I was just trying to get some of the edge pieces out. As you can see, I'm moving the pieces around so I have a little bit of working room. We have a game table that has a top that you can take off and a neoprene recessed gaming area. I had taken basically a piece of white poster board and stuck it down so when I opened up the bag, the puzzle dust wouldn't get all over the neoprene mat that's down there. And so I was just working on the piece of white puzzle so I could have a white puzzle background. As you can see, it looks like I'm pulling some of the edge pieces for the sky around the word Maui. And right here, I started working on some of the edge pieces for the bottom edge of the puzzle. This is also really my kind of first timed solo attempt at putting a puzzle together of this size. I've pulled down the bottom edge pieces here to put together. And those blue pieces right above the edge that I'm working on is the sky edge above the word Maui in the puzzle. So you can see here I've started working on the top edge. The top edge is actually coming together quite nicely. And there you see I have the entire width of the puzzle with the top edge. I'm just trying to work some of the side pieces together at this point. We are at 21 minutes and about 20 seconds or so at this point. I don't have a whole lot of it completed. And I don't have the entire edge part completed. Now I'm starting to work on the Road to Hana section of the puzzle right under the word Maui. There was about 4 pieces of this section that were stuck together upon opening the bag. And I just kind of went with it because it had very easy to pick out colors. And also the letters Road to Hana were done in white. So I could easily pick those pieces out and put them together. And now I'm starting to work on the word Maui right above. Again, those pieces were fairly easy to pick out because of the bright blue and the kind of off-white yellow, light yellow color. I really didn't have a strategy going into this because I didn't really take take a minute to look at the puzzle and figure out how I wanted to attack it. I just kind of went with the flow, how I felt in the moment. And you can see I do take some pauses, mainly because I'm either looking for puzzle colors or piece colors or textures or something that I could pick out. I thought I was doing pretty good at this point, you know. There's the letter A. I'm kind of finishing up the U. You can kind of see the U taking shape there. And this is kind of where I figure out that the road to Hana can be connected to Maui. Not too long after this. There we go. So now they're connected. Now you can see the middle of it's taking a lot better shape. I do spend quite a lot of time picking out pieces and seeing where they can fit. And then I put them down. But there's some skills that I need to work on for my ongoing puzzle competitions. I need to kind of figure out, you know, how I'm going to attack these puzzles. You see, I really didn't sort the puzzle pieces. I could have sorted the reds out. I could have sorted the browns out. I could have sorted the blues out. But I didn't. I just kind of left them all out. So I'll have to figure out some strategy. So here you can see I'm kind of adding to the bottom border. There is a little bit of a stone wall down there. The edge, basically like the edge of the overlook of the bay. Lots of neat little intricate bits and pieces to this puzzle that I didn't notice until I finished putting it together. Like at the bottom of the wall or on top of the wall ledge of the part that I'm working on now, there's a little teeny lizard sitting on the edge of the wall. It's really cute. I also didn't notice that there are 3 birds in the puzzle. There's 4 birds technically in the puzzle. So there's a couple of little bits too, and there's actually a couple of people in the puzzle. But you know, you might be able to see that. So right now, I don't even think I'm a third of the way done with this. I kind of wish that my mom's phone wouldn't have gone dark on us so you could constantly see the time. But it is what it is. I think I'm going to have to invest in an actual timer. I could have bought one this weekend at Origins Game Fair, but I didn't, and I'm kind of wishing I had. I just wasn't sure I needed it. And also I'm going to have to get a better camera setup so I can actually get a true overhead shot of my progress. This was balanced on a stack of board games. My phone was attached to a tripod that was balanced on top of a stack of board games for this view. And I'm also going to need to look up the traditional measurements for the puzzling area just to ensure that I'm not giving myself too much space to work. But as you can see, I'm getting quite a lot of the sky area done at this point because those colors are super easy to pick out. I think I'm doing an okay job with picking up a piece, trying to find where it goes, and then putting it down if I can't find it. I do need to work on strategy some more and also just kind of practice all of that. So I'm not doing what I did here and having to move stuff around and figure out where I'm going. Yeah, I think at this point in time, I was just trying to figure out, all right, I think I'm going to be working on the blues in the sky because there was some texture in that area. There was some light purple kind of mixed in with the bright blue at the top. And I had started to figure that out at this point in time. So I was able to start picking out the pieces and matching the texture at this point to get some of the blue done faster. I kind of wish I would have tapped the phone to see what time it was at this point. Now, in the competition on Friday at Origins Game Fair for the solo competition, they gave everybody an hour and a half, 90 minutes. You can see the sky is actually coming along pretty nicely at this point. And the neat thing about Boardwalk Puzzles, at this point in time, it looks like I'm at 51 minutes and about 20 seconds or so. So at 51 minutes, I am not even halfway finished with the puzzle. I think I'm about a third of the way finished with the puzzle at this point. So it's at 52 minutes right in here. If anyone can tell me, do they have a backlit timer that I can find? And see here right now I'm working on the water area because again the water area had some texture with some white capped waves and stuff and whatnot. So I was just trying to figure out, get some of the pieces in there that I can find. The neat thing about the water area is there's also a killer whale and 5 boats that are floating, but the killer whale is jumping out of the water. It's really cool. Yeah. So there's some small little details in this puzzle that, you don't necessarily see when you're puzzling. But, yeah. And see, I'm moving the top up now, and now I'm starting to work some on the bottom, trying to get some of the edge pieces done. So we're looking at about, I think that says 56 or 58 minutes at this point in time. I'm definitely going to have to work on my filming setup for this. I was working at our dining room table because it has the recessed gaming mat. Which kind of gives me a slight advantage because the puzzles won't be knocked onto the floor. But as you can see, I'm getting more and more of the water put together here. Again, I really didn't have any kind of attack plan for doing this puzzle. I was just kind of going with the flow and kind of finding elements to work on as I went. One of the other things I've been trying to avoid doing at this point is laying puzzle pieces on top of the finished area, the already finished area, because I know sometimes those puzzle pieces can get lost. So I've been trying to keep them on open areas on the whiteboard so I could easily spot where they might be. I was starting to feel a little tired and worn out at this point in time, I can tell you that. So my act of putting together puzzle pieces was actually starting to wane a little bit. I was actually getting quite tired at this point. That's the other thing I need to work on is my stamina for puzzling. As you can see, I'm moving around a lot of the puzzle pieces now to get it out of my way so I can put the puzzle together all the way. And right now it looks like we're at 1 hour and 11 minutes. So as you can see here, I have most of the puzzle edge put together. I think at this point in time I am missing 1 or 2 pieces on each side. And I am quickly dwindling down all the different colors I have to work with. The water is mostly put together. It's that swatch of blue-green in the middle. And some of the stuff that I have left is the roadway with the cars on it. There is a delivery truck in blue that I'm working on right there. Just trying to figure it out. And some hillside, and the hillside is what I leave basically for last because there's a lot of greens and different shades of green and some flowers and stuff. So right now I'm just attempting at getting the box truck together. That's the little blue thing with the lettering on the side. I just found another piece of the edge, and I think there's one or two more edge pieces on the other side that I have left to pick out. I also have to point out too that this puzzle is a bit of I don't think it's matte finish, so I was getting a little bit of a glare based on my lighting. So you can see I've gotten most of the water done at this point. So I'm just trying to get decided to work on the red areas now, which are the flowers. I'd fill in pieces as I go. I started to slow down in this a little bit because this is where I thought it started to get a little harder for me to pick out textures and color patterns and stuff. So I was going slower in this section of the puzzle than I was before. It was taking me a little bit, and I was pausing, not necessarily for effect, but just because I was getting kind of tired, and there was a lot going on in this section in the remaining sections of the puzzle. But now you can see I have the middle connected all the way through. Again, I take a couple of small pauses in here because, I was just trying to figure out where I was going to go next with picking out my pieces. And then I found the last edge piece that I was missing, and continued on with the reds. At this point in time, I decided I was going to do the red flowers. And kind of do a little bit of the shapes and the hillside. But again, I was floating around different parts of the puzzle at different times. So the interesting thing is about the puzzle competition. They had boardwalk puzzles for sale at the convention this week, and I had not seen the puzzle until I opened it up today. I did not see it on Friday when we were handed the puzzle. So my husband, we met up with one of his high school friends, and his friend was asking about the puzzle, and his wife wanted to see it. So I kind of turned my head away, and Dylan took the puzzle, and they kind of slid it out of the bag a little bit to take a look at it. And I'm really glad that I had my husband look at it. They didn't have this puzzle for sale at the convention, but he would have stopped me from buying it. We ended up buying 2 other puzzles because we also got the Teams puzzle, which was a Mount Rushmore puzzle. And we ended up buying 2 other puzzles. He would have stopped me from buying this one, knowing that I already had it. So this was kind of a fun puzzle to put together, I have to admit. It was pretty fun. And you can see here now I'm actually kind of starting to get into the some of the flowers at the bottom. There's some really pretty flowers in this area and some neat texture as well. That was my cat sneezing. Sorry about that. So as you can see, my color palette is dwindling quite rapidly. It's starting to get less and less bright reds and stuff, and more dark greens, bright greens, and some yellowish tints. The neat thing I was gonna get ready to say about boardwalk puzzles is their puzzles are not all pretty much the same shape. They have some quite unique puzzle cuts in their puzzles, I've been finding out. I don't know what the technical name for the puzzle shapes are, just a generalized puzzle shape name. But this company definitely has shapes that aren't the traditional ones that you may be familiar with. And I did ask the company has several different dies. I think they said they have 30 die cuts that they use in various stages. Something like that. It is kind of interesting to watch this kind of play out. In front of me, watching the time lapse of it. But yeah, this part was hard. I was also really tired at this point. I just kind of wanted to get it over with, and I was like, oh, maybe I should just stop timing. But then I was like, no, let me just finish it, because I can sort of see the end in sight. And I also don't know what my time is at this point. I know I'd been working at it a while. But I was pretty tired at this point. There's still a lot of puzzle pieces that I have left. And I'm kind of going back and forth between the flowers towards the bottom and the hillside. At this point in time, I was feeling exceptionally tired, almost like I kind of wanted to quit because I was looking at all these greens going, oh my God, there's so many greens. Oh my God, really? Then I was like, oh, these greens down here in this little section at the bottom are a little bit lighter and a slightly different texture and print than the other ones. Maybe I can find them a little quicker. So I started concentrating there and then floating back up to the other section. Not really sure what I'm finding. And then I hit that dark blue section right there. And then back to the flowers. So I'm going to slow this back down again when I get closer to putting in the last piece. But I'm not there yet. I still have a ways to go. Again, I'm taking a couple breaks. Giving myself internal pep talk to keep going. Because again, I wanted to quit at this point. Because I was just tired. I was like, yeah. So now you can see I'm starting to open up the area to get all the puzzle pieces out. Out of the work area. Started to panic a little bit because I'm like, these pieces aren't fitting, and I can't figure it out. So it took a little bit to kind of study the colors, and then I started in studying the colors a little bit better, and then I was able to start putting pieces in. As you can see, the pieces started going together quicker, and then I paused again. Again, just trying to study the pieces to figure out where I was going to go next and how I was going to attack the rest of the puzzle. Still trying to work and figure out my attack for finishing up this section of the puzzle. There was lots of greens, dark greens, light greens, some yellows, some orange flowers, and some stuff that I was trying to figure out where they were. There's also 3 birds over towards the right-hand side of the puzzle that I was also trying to figure out where and how I was going to place them, because the bird pieces were fairly easy to pick out. But at this point in time, I wasn't 100% sure where they fit. I think now I'm starting to figure out the birds. And more of the greens are starting to come together now. I'm getting a better color visualization of the different tones in this area, so the pieces are standing out a little better. I'm kind of getting my second wind here, so to speak. Sorta. It's winding down here now. I think I'm starting to pick up the pace a little bit. And I'm starting to move the pieces out of the middle onto the far right side. So all the pieces that I have left are in the same area. And I'm not having to look on both sides of the puzzle to find pieces. So this part of the puzzle goes pretty fast. I'm going to go ahead and slow it down now and let you kind of, well, in a few minutes, I'm going to slow it back down and let you watch the finish. And then I'll come back with a wrap-up video at the end. Get a few more pieces placed here, and then I will speed it back up for you. Oh, that's just really sad. It's pretty.
Yay!
Hi again, it's me. So hopefully you enjoyed the video that I took today of my speed puzzle attempt solo with the Boardwalk Maui Road to Hana puzzle that I got at Origins Game Fair this past weekend. I was unable to actually participate in the actual solo puzzling event on Friday because I actually had to leave about the time that they were starting the timer. So this was my attempt at putting the puzzle together. I am just starting my journey into speed puzzling, as you can see, and I have a lot of training to do, so based on this video. Yeah, it took me about 2 hours and 40 minutes, give or take, to put this puzzle together. It was a 500-piece puzzle by the Boardwalk Company, and it was a pretty little puzzle. It wasn't one that I would normally buy myself, but I will definitely keep this on hand for a little while so I can dig it out at some point again and practice it to see if I can increase my time any. I have a lot of skills that I need to work on for this this puzzle, and I'm going to be creating this notebook here. So this is going to be my puzzling notebook. I'm going to be covering it with stickers and whatnot. Some of the first things I'm going to be putting in my notebook are tips and tricks and strategies and stuff that I learn about. The second section in my notebook, there's 3 sections in this notebook. The second section in my notebook, I'm going to be keeping track of my puzzling sessions, and today's entry is the first one in here. I did the Maui Road to Hana by Boardwalk solo. It took me 2 hours, 39 minutes, 31 seconds. So I started my first log of my training for speed puzzling, and then some of the YouTubers that I have picked up. So Karen Puzzles, I've been watching her for more than a year. The Puzzling Canadian is a lady that I just watched a video or 2 of for some tips on how she is trying to increase her speed puzzling. The Bibliophile Puzzler, she is the one video that I'm currently in the process of watching, is she's doing a puzzle stash video. And then the Casual Puzzler is a younger lady who has attended nationals, and she talks about going to an event for the first time and just some of her experiences there. So these are just some of the YouTubers and stuff that I've been watching. So I'm going to be kind of keeping track of different tidbits and stuff like that in my notebook. I'm going to be decorating the front of it. This is just a simple Mead college ruled spiral bound notebook. So hopefully I will be making this my puzzle Bible, so to speak. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I am also going to be including a couple of pictures that my husband and I took while we were waiting for the pairs speed puzzle competition on Saturday. We did not finish. They gave us 90 minutes for that one as well. They called time at 90 minutes. And we still had 210 of 200 or 500 pieces of our puzzle not put together. So that was kind of sad. We just did over halfway in an hour and a half. So again, we're not speed puzzlers, but I will kind of put some pictures here showing our attempt at the pairs speed puzzling competition. So hopefully you'll be seeing more videos, maybe even some videos with my husband and I. Mom has indicated that she might be interested in trying it, so I may actually try working with Mom a little bit as well, just to see how she does and if I might want to consider taking her to speed puzzling competitions with me. So we shall see. I don't know, it's going to be an interesting journey, so hopefully you'll enjoy the journey with me and come along. And maybe we can puzzle together someday. That might be kind of fun. Alright, so thanks for indulging me on this new adventure of mine, and hopefully you'll come along for the ride. So that's all I have for you this week, and take care. We'll see you next time, and happy puzzling, everybody. Bye.
Not exiting until this thing is over, so I don't want to sweat right here on the back of my neck. If you want to take off your badge while you're puzzling, please do so. Your name is on your table. I don't need to validate that you're sitting at it. I want to introduce my friend and business partner, Joseph Ogden. He's up front here.
You're
I
right.
don't think he wants to take the mic, so I'll just brag on him myself. This is the only CEO who's ever given me a personal 2-hour visit, much less tour of his warehouse. If you ever end up in Salt Lake City, Utah, you want to go and see him. He will probably introduce that stuff to you himself. But anyway, he is our title sponsor. He's provided all the prizes and puzzles for all of our events this whole weekend, which was not cheap. And Sean, his friend up front, is selling all those puzzles. You can get 20% off any purchase while you're here because they don't have to ship stuff to you. We also are in the middle of creating some speedpuzzling.com puzzles, essentially. So I hire artists who are creating fast puzzles for you to enjoy. They'll be my label, but produced, manufactured by him. So all the quality of your boardwalk puzzles that you've been experiencing this weekend will be reserved for my speedpuzzling.com exclusive events. He's also created, or is creating a specific image that he came up with for one of my puzzles, so it's going to be fantastic. All right, so let me go ahead and start the Kahoots. We will take questions after Kahoot. If you are here spectating, you're more than welcome to pull a chair from an empty table and sit around the perimeter instead of having to stand behind the whatever. Please don't sit within the contest area though. See how nice Joseph is? Look at this. He's taking photos of the fans. All right. We will start the Kahoot in the next 10 seconds. All right, so I also need to introduce my family who's come to join me. My wife hates being in the spotlight, but Erica is over there on that side. She has made this entire business possible. Emma has been my she will not let me get over that one. Emma is my main travel partner. She's been coming to these in-person events with me for the past couple of years. Jonah, this is his first rodeo with us. He just came back into our home a week ago today. He's been out of the state for two years on mission, but we're so grateful for his help. All of my volunteers have been fantastic. I got a shout out to Brian here. Give him some applause real quick. So we debuted a puzzle relay yesterday. Had a lot of guinea pigs willing to let me try something new that one of my friends had come up with. He immediately improved on it. So it won't happen today, but the next time I host a puzzle relay, there will be a puzzle per person at the table. So you'll each start with a puzzle. After 5 minutes, you'll switch to the other puzzle instead of having one of you watch the other one puzzle for 5 minutes. So thank you, Brian. All right, let's get started.
That could be fun. I don't know.
Would you really want to relay with me?
I want you to be distracted by what's going on behind me. All right, so we have our, I'm going to call this our 210th speed puzzling contest that we've hosted. We have at least 14 states and Canada represented here in the room. Sorry. We have social media in 3 places. Facebook is where we're the most active. You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube at Speed Puzzling. We have all of our events posted through October 4th on our website, on the events page. Sorry. We are hosting Zoom championships for states. We have 12 already listed, basically the 12 places where they don't have an in-person contest, but we know there's a lot of speed puzzlers. If you want to be a member of our subscription service, it's called a groupie. You have a 5-month option still available through July 6th. If you're associated with a school, go to our website, look for club, and you might get a free speed puzzle club at your school if you nominate it and we select it. I already announced Boardwalk being our sponsor. We are giving prizes today, so the top 3 pairs get a gift certificate to Boardwalk, which you can use here in addition to the 20% off coupon. You also get a laser engraved trophy if you want to see what that looks like. We have one sitting up at the front table. You can take a look at it, put a picture on it. year as well. And there will be first place pair goes to nationals for free. In other words, I'm going to make sure that you get in. If you are wondering what Nationals is, the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association was founded by me and 4 other friends in May of 2020, and they hosted their first ever Nationals in October of 22. The next one was March of this year, and it's only $24 a year for lots of opportunities, not just exclusive speed puzzling events, but also social opportunities every month, traveling puzzles that you can get free, all that kind of stuff. We will go through the 3 quick rules. Don't start early. If you want to use any tools, here's what's allowed. You can use sorting trays and box top holders everywhere you go. I've never heard anyone that doesn't allow those. The sorting trays can be any size and quantity. You cannot use a blade to cut through the packaging. You cannot use a magnifying device. You cannot use your own personal lighting. And you cannot use table risers. I don't see that as a problem in here. Each puzzle is concealed in a drawstring bag. They're going to be handed out right now. Our junior pair is right here. Just one junior pair. We have 2 junior pairs. Where's my other junior pair? Excellent. Thank you so much for coming. I didn't know that. All right, I'm going to have to keep an eye on those things. All right, so these are all concealed in a drawstring bag. You will leave it in the bag until the timer starts. And you will know when that happens. And then you can rip open the bag and pour the puzzle pieces out. The baggy pieces inside has to be taken apart with your bare hands or teeth or whatever you happen to have on your body. When everyone's ready to go, I will count down 3, 2, 1, go. About at that pace. Go is when the timer starts.